What's up, sports fans? Welcome back to another webcast for the Breath of Fresh Air. I am Charles Taylor, and I do have Patrick Brackett with me. Say, what's up, Patrick?
What's going on with everybody?
All right. Well, Patrick, we got a lot to cover. So, we got college and the NFL, of course, reviewing last weekend's action, previewing this weekend's action. We're going to talk about Ronda Rousey's ass whooping that she took at the hands of Holly Holm over the weekend. And we're going to talk about some of the hate that has come in the way of the Carolina Panthers. So let's start off with college. What were your reviews and previews? But before you give your opinion, I must say I was wrong about Oklahoma because I thought they were going to get beat by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and they didn't.
I was wrong
Baylor,
too. Just go ahead and say Breath of Fresh Air was wrong altogether.
yeah,
That
yeah,
moment in history.
they, yeah. So as much as it really hurts me to say
Yeah,
that,
I got
but
heartburn now
yeah, man,
and diarrhea.
yeah, just all kinds of sicknesses rolled into
All
one.
kinds of sicknesses going on.
But yes, I was wrong about Oklahoma. They came down to Waco, they beat Baylor, and now they're sitting in a pretty good position if they can take care of the rest of their business. They have TCU coming up, and then they have the Bedlam game coming up against a potentially undefeated Oklahoma State team, depending on how they do against Baylor this week. So, yeah, I was wrong about Oklahoma this week. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll be picking against them a lot in the near future anyway. So I'm sure there will be some occasions where I won't be wrong. But I was wrong on this one.
It's a 50-50 chance, Charles. Look at it the way I look at it, Notre Dame. I'm always going against them. I'll get it right eventually. And when I do get it right, all in your face.
do you have them losing to Boston College this week?
Huh?
You have them losing to Boston College this week?
Maybe a potential upset.
Upset alert.
Upset alert. Notre Dame's on upset alert until proven otherwise. When that otherwise comes up, don't know, but they're on upset alert.
Hey, real quick, before we get to the preview part, LSU, dude, it got just whooped at home. I thought maybe they would respond a little bit better off their loss to Alabama, but Arkansas came down to Baton Rouge and put it on them. As a matter of fact, Arkansas is looking like the team I think you and I expected from the beginning of this year. Running the football downhill, playing some solid defense. This is the Arkansas team we were expecting to see from the beginning. They just showed up a few weeks late, but here they are. And they put it on LSU, and it's apparent LSU wasn't as good as we thought.
Well, this was the team I expected to win the West. They've proven that they can do it, but the head coach has got to keep his head in the game that which he needs to be keeping it in of, and stop worrying about all the other teams. Get your head out of their asses and put it in your own. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, this is the Arkansas team I expected, man. What can I say? That was it right there, and they came in. I expected them to win some close games this season, which they have. Uh, I didn't expect them to win. I didn't expect them to lose. Sorry, as many games as they have. I was like maybe one, if that. But this was the Arkansas team I expected, man. And like you said, they showed up a couple weeks late, but hey, here they are. Maybe a potential bowl run right here at the end of the season.
Oh, and a couple of other things. All right, these things are just kind of coming up on me as we're going along. Stanford and Utah, those are the last hopes for the Pac-12 to potentially get a team into the playoff. Both of them lost. Now both of them have 2 losses. Stanford got beat by Oregon. Utah lost to Arizona in overtime. That's it for the Pac-12. They're done. No playoffs for them. Every team in that conference has 2 losses at least.
Hey,
So
Pac-12 fans, conference not that good now, is it? You sorry bitches.
they were over here. They were trying to
Of
compare the
your conference. That's what I say.
They were over there. They were trying to compare the conference to the SEC. Yeah, man, not that good, not that great.
Not
So
that good. Well, I do got to say this, man. We mentioned it in the last week, so I got to mention it now. Memphis and Houston. Did we call that game? That was a fantastic game. I watched every bit of that game, man. And I was like, man, I'm expecting Memphis to blow this team out, and then Houston come back. I was like, wow, that was a good game. It was a
nice comeback from by Houston too. They were down 20 points.
20. Yeah, I was like, man, Memphis is rolling, and then Houston had that. Man, ended up being a great game. So, sports fans, I call that. I'm a mush. I'm a mush every one of y'all right now. Beep, 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 beep. Told y'all. Other than that, man, you asked me last week about Alabama and Mississippi State. That went exactly how I thought it would. So, other than that, man, that's really all I really saw out of college football last week.
All right, man. Well, let's do a quick little preview, man. So we have some games, of course, the Big 12. Since they're all backloaded, you have TCU playing Oklahoma this week. Baylor's playing Oklahoma State. And Patrick, we have Michigan State and Ohio State playing.
Ohio State's going to
got
carry
Ohio
that.
State going down this week. Got Ohio State going down this week.
First loss.
I got
Michigan State. I got Michigan State 24-21, dog. Michigan State. Ohio State's taking their first loss.
Man, Patrick, again, you know what I've been saying. I don't quite have the confidence in Michigan State. I hope I'm wrong. I
have confidence in Ohio State.
I can take Ohio State over Michigan State just for a simple fact they are playing in Columbus, and well, they are the defending champions until somebody beat them down. Now, again, I think the best chance for Ohio State to lose is next week when they go to Michigan. That's just me. Michigan State, to me, hasn't shown enough. I don't know. They've been kind of they really, if you think about it, Patrick, they really haven't been too much different from Ohio State. I mean, if we're going to talk about how Ohio State's been looking throughout the year, dude, Michigan State hasn't been looking all that great either.
Nope, neither one of them's looking good. And that's the reason why I got Michigan State, because Michigan State looks, well, I mean, obviously, Michigan State looks better than Ohio State any day.
Do you believe that, though? I mean, I know you're picking them to win, but Michigan State is not.
They will look better this week than Ohio State will.
Okay. Well,
any other week? No, not really. But this week, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you on this one because again, I think Ohio State's best chance is at Michigan. I got Ohio State winning. It's not a blowout, but I'll go 31-24. Michigan State, I have to see how their quarterback is going to be because Connor Cook got hurt last week. So I want to see how he's going to respond to that. I think it was a shoulder injury, but I want to see how he comes back. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt he's going to play. And if he is in there, which I think he will be in there, I think he's going to play well. But Michigan State's defense hasn't been as good as they have been in previous years. Mm-hmm. I see Ohio State finding a way to win and just pulling it out. So I got 31-24.
Fair enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got Michigan State winning, but like you said, man, Ohio State, they're the reigning champs. What can you say, man? I mean, this week though, they came the first loss.
Well, I'll be on record right now. I think Michigan beating them, boy. When they go to Michigan.
I got Ohio State carrying 2 losses. But, yeah, you know, I mean, like you said, they're defending champions. I mean, they're a good team, but, I mean, plus, you know, they got Urban Meyer right there. I mean, it's Urban Meyer, man. He's going to have them ready. It wouldn't surprise me. I will say this. It wouldn't surprise me to see Ohio State win this game. But I honestly don't think they're going to. I'm pretty confident with Michigan State, man. 85-15.
All right. Well, hey, before we move on to the NFL, any other games you're looking forward to for college?
Yeah, two of them. Of course, well, three if you count the Georgia Southern game. I think that's who they play.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good game, man. I think Georgia Southern is a lot better team this year than they have been in the past. And with Georgia and their injuries right now, I think this is going to be a good game. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Georgia's going to probably assume control probably around the third quarter, but I don't think Georgia Southern is going to go away without a fight. So that'd be a good game to watch. Um, Duke and Virginia. I don't know why, but this game for some reason sticks out to me. I don't care who wins. I just think it's going to be a good football game. Um, two good defenses that's going against each other with really not a lot of offense. I mean, I'm not expecting this game to be any high-scoring game. I think 17-10, 17-14. But it's going to be a good game. I don't know why, but I keep going to that game. So Duke and Virginia, I say watch out for that game. And then what was the other one? There was a good one that I was looking at a while ago. There's like two ranked teams, man. LSU and Ole Miss. This is gonna be a good game. It's
Yeah,
BSU and Ole Miss.
the overrated bowl is what I'm calling the LSU Ole Miss game right now, dude. You know how
But it's gonna be a good game because what better two teams to get than two overrated piece of craps that just have really nothing to fight for right now. You know what I'm saying?
you know how I feel about Ole Miss, man. These boys, oh my God, Ole Miss. Bleh, bleh. At LSU, man, boy, 2 weeks. They've
They're
taken it
probably gonna come
in
in
like teams that were more physical.
yeah, they're probably gonna come in and just wax the floor with Ole Miss is what I kind of expect. What I'm saying is it's gonna be a good game to watch because it's just gonna be a slaughter fest. I mean, my personal opinion, I think LSU is probably gonna win this game like 45-10.
It's not a good game at all.
It is if you want to see a massacre.
Yeah, no, Patrick, you said this is going to be a good game. No, it's going to be a good game.
It's gonna be a
I'm
good game
expecting
because
like
it's gonna be a
40.
massacre.
I'm expecting like 45, 35, something like that. You said 45-10. That's a route.
Look, it's gonna be a good game for LSU fans.
Oh, okay. All right, I got
There
you.
you go. I'm helping the LSU fans out.
All
The
right.
Tigers. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping them out.
Get the Bayou Bengals.
Yeah.
Well, well, all right. One game I want to point out really quick, and this might be an upset alert. North Carolina. So North Carolina is 9-1, ranked number 17, looking like they're on a collision course with Clemson for the ACC championship game. Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, dangerous game for North Carolina. I think North Carolina can pull it out, but to me, that is my upset alert. So I'll go there with that one.
All right. Well, my upset alert is who did I say? Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah. It's always look, Patrick. We can pretty much guarantee Notre Dame or Ohio State is going to be your upset alert every week.
Hey, well, I can't put Ohio State or no Ohio State.
Well, you got them losing.
Don't forget USC.
Oh, and USC.
I can't really put them on upset alert because they're playing a team that's ranked with them. So my upset alert: Boston College beating Notre Dame. There's my upset alert.
So funny. Well, Patrick, let's move on to the NFL on that note. You any reviews and previews? I heard you want to rant a little bit about Cincinnati.
Well, not yet. Not yet. Let's see what they do next week. But what the hell is that? They lost to Houston?
And we've been bashing Houston.
We've been bashing Houston all season. They're like 1-9 or 1-8.
No, give them credit, Patrick. They're 4-5.
Whatever.
You look, hey, and 4-5 is good enough to be tied in the AFC South.
balling.
What? Just like you said before, Patrick. Some 13-3 team. Yeah.
Bring your ass up
Bring your
here.
13
I'm
to 3
a
ass, dog.
school. That's Houston.
Bring your 13-3 ass to my 5-11 ass.
Where you go, bitch? Next game. Look, it's like this with Cincinnati. They're first in their division. It's probably going to be enough as long as they keep playing the way they played, the way they played before last week. They should be fine. But I mean, when I'm sitting here looking at this team, man, I'm like, how in the hell y'all going to lose to Houston? What they did was they got cocky and they went in thinking they're going to win this game by default, and Houston came in and got them. It is what it is. I mean, but let's see what they do next week. They got Arizona coming in. Arizona, right? They got Arizona.
Yeah,
They got Arizona coming in. Apparently, they're supposed to be the best in the NFC. So let's see. We'll see. And if they put it on Cincinnati, then I'll probably rant a little bit. If Cincinnati loses by like a field goal, not really much to rant about. I mean, because they'll probably put up some points. But what I will say is I am going to rant just a little bit. Actually, I do got to rant. Actually, I'm going to rant just a little bit about Cincinnati wide receivers. Catch the damn ball. If it hits you in the chest, oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit you in the hands? Catch the ball. Other than that, we'll see how they do next week.
Yeah. And I mean, the easy thing for a lot of people to do is to try to put this on Andy Dalton. And he didn't play the best game. Understandable. But his receivers dropped. I counted 6 passes.
I counted 4 by one person alone.
Yes, that would be the tight end, Tyler Eifert. Yep,
Tyler Eifert. But Green drops 3 alone by himself.
AJ Green dropped a couple.
8. I mean, I counted 8 by just those 2. I don't even, and I think he even targeted 5 wide receivers and a tight end. I mean, come on, catch the damn ball.
AJ Green dropped a couple, and on the last game or the last drive, where they were potentially driving for a game-winning score, he fumbled. Mm-hmm. So you can't put all of this on Andy Dalton. I know everybody wants to try to put it on Andy Dalton. He is the guy who has struggled in these primetime games, but I'm not gonna really go on him for this. He didn't play well, but
and plus it's one game.
Yeah,
it's one game. What are they? 8-1.
Yeah, first loss of the season.
Come on,
they're okay.
8-1. Let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's see what they do next week. We'll touch back on it next week.
One more thing before we jump into the preview of it, Patrick. I wanted to talk about Denver. This is a shout out to my nephew Keenan, because my nephew said, "Man, good on Peyton Manning to go ahead and break this record and then just throw interceptions to everybody." That's messed up. It is messed up. I mean, I know that's how it appeared. Apparently, Peyton Manning is injured. He's got plantar fasciitis in his foot.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, so I don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he can get back to being healthy so he can help the team. But Denver's not looking good. I mean, I know he threw a lot of interceptions, but the defense isn't even playing as well as it has been. So we have to look at Denver a little bit to see if they're maybe coming down to earth. I mean, they got Austin Wilder coming in to play. I'm not going to hit no panic button yet for Denver because they're still in good shape in the division. They're 3 games up on Kansas City and Oakland, but we'll see.
Let's touch on them next week. Because I watched a little bit of that Kansas City game, and I wasn't impressed with Denver's offense nor defense. Peyton Manning is looking horrible out there. He looks lost. Actually, that's the first time I've ever seen him look just lost in a season. You know, and this guy goes into the 9th game of the season before he throws his first pick, and this guy's already thrown 12 this season already, something like that. God, I mean, it's like he throws a pick a game. So, like you said, they're 3 games up in their division. Let's hold off. Let's see what they do next week, and we'll go from there. But I got one game that I wanted to touch on. Detroit and Green Bay. How about Detroit coming in to Green Bay and winning that game? That was impressive. I'm not going to sit here and say that Detroit's going to make a run for a playoff right now or anything like that because I really don't know. But Green Bay they're struggling right now. They are struggling right now. They dropped 3 in a row now? 2 in a row? Carolina,
3 in a row.
Detroit, yeah, 3 in a row. So now they've dropped 3 in a row. Again, they're number 1 in their division, so we still don't have to put any crazy mojo out there about saying they're going to lose their freaking minds or anything, or we need to fire a coach. But they better pull it together if they're going to stay in the head of that division. Because I'm gonna tell you, Chicago's coming. They're starting to look better and better as a defense. They're looking better as an offense. Jay Cutler, I guess.
Well, Jay Cutler's been playing better. I mean, I do have to say that. Jay Cutler has definitely been
He's got an offensive line that's actually blocking for him.
Yeah, he's making better decisions. And yeah, if you can keep him upright, the man can play. Jay Cutler, we said all along, he has elite talent. Elite talent. Just hasn't quite reached it all yet to where you could mention him with a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning. Well, before Peyton Manning been kind of launching interceptions this year, but Jay Cutler has that type of talent. So yeah, if you could keep him upright, he can be a very good quarterback.
Yeah, he could. So, but yeah, that's the 2 games. That's the 2 games that I wanted to point out for last week.
All right. There was a couple to jump on this week. Just kind of looking forward. You mentioned Green Bay. They're playing Minnesota this week. We'll see how Minnesota looks. This, of course, obviously big division game here. First place on the line in the NFC North, and it's in Minnesota. I like Minnesota in this game. And Green Bay just hasn't been looking good. The running game has not been looking good. Aaron Rodgers he's looking human. He's been pretty consistent, being pretty much superhuman. He's had a pretty bad stretch here of play. And I mean, it hasn't been the worst stretch, but he struggled a little bit. I mean, I guess if you're talking about Aaron Rodgers struggling. But this will be a good game in Minnesota because Minnesota has a very good defense and they just kind of have that formula. You run the ball well with Adrian Peterson, you got a very good defense. I think Teddy Bridgewater makes enough plays. I like Minnesota in this game.
I'm not gonna lie with you, man. I like Minnesota in this game too. Give Adrian Peterson the ball 25 times minimal, you'll win. The man, I mean, even if you have to get him the ball coming out of the backfield for a little freaking screen pass or something like that, get him the ball, man. The man tends to make one move, and he's downfield 15, 20 yards every single time. Feed the man the ball. I got Minnesota, man. I'd have Minnesota winning this by 7-10.
You mentioned Cincinnati and Arizona, huh?
17-27.
Cool. And you mentioned Cincinnati and Arizona. That's another game I'm looking forward to. See how Cincinnati bounces back from this loss. And let's see if Arizona can keep the momentum going from beating Seattle last week. Speaking of Seattle, I wanted to point this out real quick. If you're Seattle, you just brought up Minnesota and given Adrian Peterson his carries. Where is Marshawn Lynch in Seattle's defense or offense? Now, granted, I could care less about Seattle. You know me, I'm a 49er fan, so I'm not complaining. Marshawn Lynch is not getting the ball. But if we're going to be objective about this, Marshawn Lynch needs his carries. He had 8 or 9 carries last game against Arizona. That's clearly not enough. And Russell Wilson, again,
he's struggling.
He's not that great of a quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's good, but he's not the elite guy to what his contract says.
Right.
And again, all right, cool. Again, give credit to his agent and him for playing the market value. Give him credit there. But Russell Wilson has never been an elite quarterback. Never.
He needs to go and play baseball because he's a fantastic baseball player.
I mean,
But
he's a good quarterback.
I'm going to sit here and say he sucks at football, but he needs to go play baseball. He's
No, I
much
mean,
better than baseball.
Patrick, he's a good quarterback, but he's not. He's just not that guy you're going to say, go back there 50 times and win the game for me. He's never been that guy. So I don't understand what Seattle is doing with the play calling. You have Marshawn Lynch. He's got to get the ball. Now, Seattle's defense isn't as good as it has been. But again, when you're able to run the football, you can control the clock. The defense doesn't have to be out there as much. And that was the formula Seattle was using. It's almost like they're trying to justify why they paid Russell Wilson all that money. And it's not working. It's costing them games. And unless they decide to give Marshawn Lynch the ball more, they're not making the playoffs. They're not going to do it.
I don't even have them making playoffs because they're not going to give Marshawn Lynch the ball.
It just seems like they're all about trying to give Russell Wilson the glory. I don't get it. But anything else before we talk about Ronda Rousey?
I got one thing, man, and it can be quick because I'm ready to get on the Ronda Rousey thing. Atlanta, dude. This team started out 6-0, and now they're 6-3. This is another team that needs to pull their head out of their ass, or they're not even looking at making a wild card run. Carolina's running away with that division at this point, and if Atlanta is not going to give Freeman the ball the way they have been in the first 6 games, you can look at Indianapolis probably beating Atlanta, unless Freeman gets that ball 20 times minimal a game. They can go ahead and start wrapping the season up. 1 and 2, give Roddy White the ball. I mean, come on, you got a dual threat wide receivers. Use them. Other than that, that's all I got.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, actually. I mean, I don't understand the play calling that's going on there, and I don't understand how Roddy White doesn't get it more opportunities. That's crazy to me.
12 catches on the year, dude. 12. We're 9 games in. 12.
See, that's a travesty. And that makes no sense to me when Roddy White has been pretty much a staple of the offense, and all of a sudden he's not getting the ball. That's crazy. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Well, it's Ronda Rousey time, Patrick. Yeah, buddy. So she got her ass whooped by Holly Holm. And this was a thorough ass whooping, Patrick. This wasn't any type of, oh, well, Ronda Rousey was winning, and then Holly Holm got lucky and caught her with a punch. She caught Ronda Rousey with a bunch of punches, a bunch of jabs, elbows, kicks.
And then a foot to the right side of her face that knocked her ass out.
This was a ass whooping. Now, Patrick, let's put what we're saying here in context. We were on this show a few weeks ago saying, man, we don't know if anybody can beat Ronda Rousey. She got beat now. She got whooped. I want to see where she goes from here. Is she going to respond? Is she going to go into hiding? Well, hell, UFC put her on a 180-day medical.
She got a reason to hide right now.
Yeah.
She got a 180-day reason to hide. Because Holly Holm's foot's going to be finding her ass here pretty soon.
But, I mean, look, man, people were saying Ronda Rousey wasn't focused. I don't think it was so much that. I think she kind of came in out of character. Looking at that weigh-in, which my dad had pointed out as well, she didn't look like normal Ronda Rousey. She looked like a woman who was trying to get into Holly Holm's head. It's normally the other way around when she goes into these fights. Holly Holm just came in there, business-like approach, had a great game plan, used her boxing and karate background to just box around, jab, 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 bob and weave, and was just catching Ronda Rousey. She just looked like she looked lost. Ronda looked lost out there.
I said, man, I agree. She looked lost. I mean, honestly, I don't think she was ready. I mean, she comes in, she normally puts her hair in that messy bun, and she means business. What the hell did she put her hair in this time? I don't know. She got to put it in a messy bun, man. But it
was a nice little ponytail.
Bam! She put it in a ponytail. She knew as soon as you put that in a ponytail, you knew you get your ass whooped.
I just think she was just out of her hell. And
He
look,
wasn't
Holly
ready.
Holm put it on her, dog. Holly Holm.
Holly Holm put it on her because Holly Holm had a great plan to go with it, and a mix of a great plan and Ronda not being ready. I mean, if Ronda was ready, this is a 3-round match. I don't know who was going to win. It was a good. I mean, it was just good strategic by Holm all around. I'm not trying to take anything away from Holm. She beat her ass. But you know, you got to give the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you know, Ronda Rousey was the bantamweight champion at the time, so I mean, you know, give her a little bit of respect, give her a little bit of credit, you know. But I just don't think she was ready.
Well, I just want to see how Ronda Rousey is going to come back. It's just a simple fact. Everybody was kissing her ass. She was on all these shows. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, guest hosting Sports Center. She was all over the place.
Hardy's commercial.
Well, yeah, Hardy's commercial. Eating big ass burgers.
Yeah, she had a big ass burger and got her big ass beat.
So
She's more worried about that. She's more worried about that
think,
hamburger.
well, I think yeah. So
Hardy.
so she had a lot of stuff she was doing off to the side. Maybe the training wasn't where it needed to be because of it. Again, this to me, it was still, even with all that said, this was 70-30 to me. It's just Holly Holm having a great game plan, whooping that ass. But with everybody pulling Ronda Rousey through all these different directions and her going in all these different directions because she does have the power to say no. How is she going to come back from this loss? This was a humbling loss she just suffered. So is she going to come back strong? Is she going to come back with the renewed purpose, or is she going to be like Gina Carino and just start making movies and not fight again?
Well, she was in a movie.
Yeah,
in Expendables 3.
I mean, yeah, I mean, she was in that in Fast and the Furious or Furious 7. So I mean, she was in some movies, but is she just gonna keep making movies? It just kind of be like, I don't know, man, I don't know about
It's where the money's at, and you can keep your face intact. So,
I'm interested, Patrick. I want to see how she comes back.
I want to see how she comes back too. I mean, we're not going to find out for probably about 6 months, but
right.
6 months plus. But I'm interested. I want to see how she comes back. If she comes back ready to fight, she'll be all right. If she comes back, she needs to retire. If she's not even going to do anything more than put women on their backs in 30 seconds, she needs to just give up. Go ahead and retire.
Or at least just hang in there. I mean, this is just a thorough ass whooping that she took. This is a thorough ass whooping. There's no other way I could put it. This just, she showed up and ate punches.
Yep.
After punch. Yeah, she was hungry. Yeah.
She got out for that Hardee's commercial and was like, man, I'm still hungry.
She might need to stay away from Hardee's, dog. I'm just saying.
She's like, Holly Holm's fists and elbows and feet for dessert.
She might need to go back to that just protein diet, that the paleo diet or whatever they call whatever it is. So yeah, just go back to just eating just lean meats or whatever she was doing. Look, man, them Hardee's burgers, boy, they sneak up to you. Take it from somebody who done it.
I know, and I like that Frisco burger, dog. That bitch is so good, man. And every time I watch a Hardee's commercial, I'm like, man, why don't y'all put that Frisco burger on there? Because that bitch is good. Put some ranch dressing on that thing. I'm like, we need to do a show on just Hardee's burgers, dude.
Hardee's burgers.
Oh man.
All right.
Hardee's burger. Give me Pac-Man fever.
It's written down, Patrick. Let's do a show on Hardee's burgers. Got it. Got it. Yeah, well, Patrick, for the last topic, man, I want to talk about the hate the Carolina Panthers are catching. Now, coming from you, I can understand you hating on the Carolina Panthers because you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. They are in your division. I get it. If there's a New Orleans Saints fan or a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, I understand it. They're in the same division. But it just seems like the hate coming toward the Panthers, it's ridiculous to me. Coming toward Cam Newton because nobody likes his dabbing dance, to Arizona all of a sudden being the NFC's best team. If you listen to some of these analysts, because they won in Seattle, which is something Carolina did weeks before. But when everybody was talking about that particular game, it was automatically, what's wrong with Seattle? Nobody was really giving Carolina any respect for it. So to me, the hate Carolina is getting is ridiculous. Oh, and that mom who wrote this letter talking about Cam Newton's not setting in a good example for kids and whatnot. Stupid. I love Cam Newton's response.
Come on, man. The dude is clean. He passes his drug test. You know what I'm saying? Why give this dude so much hard? Why give him so much hell? Because he's doing dances in the end zone, and you're like, oh well, my kids, what you? He's not doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at baseball and look how screwed up they were because of all these PEDs and crap like that. Cam Newton is clean, man. Give the man credit. Stop hating on him.
Plus, he does a lot of stuff for charity. No one wants to point out after every touchdown he scores, he goes and finds a fan and gives them that football. No, but nobody wants to talk about that. So,
And he even, what was it, 2 weeks ago? He even fought for a football so he can go give it to a fan.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I don't get it. And then, in Tennessee, are you kidding me? So now they're talking about, no, Cam Newton's celebration is too much. And Tennessee been getting whooped all year. Everybody been celebrating on them. And now all of a sudden when Cam Newton doesn't dance, it's too much. Get out of here. As
Tennessee
a
just took
matter of
another
fact,
ball.
let me hold on. I'm changing the channel right now. Beauties of live TV.
Tennessee just took another loss by Jacksonville, 19-13.
Yeah, so see, Jacksonville beat them. I bet you Jacksonville was doing celebrations too. Did Tennessee get mad at that?
I would have done the Hingle McCringleberry.
Tell them to watch Key and Peele. They'll know exactly. Yeah, anybody who watches
What's Key and Peele? What's Key and Peele? Search Hingle McCringleberry.
Yes.
What?
They will see it. Go on the YouTube channel, folks, and y'all see it. But yeah, man.
After 3 pumps, that's a flag. 1, 2, wait for it. 3, there it is.
Yeah. So yeah,
They need to stop hating on Cam Newton, man. Give the man some credit, man. He's running. He's in a race for an MVP. He's got his team 9-0. And dude, I mean, let's be honest. If you don't want him dancing, keep him out of the end zone. Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what he told the mom? Keep him out of the end zone. He's been dancing on everybody anyway, man. I'm surprised he whipped and named.
Yeah. Odell Beckham doing the whip and nay and all these other dudes do these other crazy celebrations. I'll see them complaining about that. My man Cam's just doing some dabbing. Ain't nothing wrong with some dabbing. I'll dab too. I'll go ahead and I don't care. I like it. I'll give a damn. I don't understand the hate toward him and the Panthers, man. It's just crazy to me. The lack of respect. And look, it's not like Carolina's minded. I mean, ultimately, the end game is to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. We get that. But if you're going to throw all these accolades toward all these other teams, and you have a team in Carolina who's undefeated, one or two undefeated teams left along with New England, come on. I mean, to me, it's crazy.
What they're doing is they're just hating on them because they're undefeated and their team's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. You said I have every right to hate on them, and I do hate on them. To hell with Carolina. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I'm not going to take the fact to the way that they're playing football better than any team out there, minus New England. I'd really like to see Carolina go against New England. But, minus New England, they're playing better ball than anybody. Not just on the offense side. Their defense is nasty. Their special teams is even causing turnovers. This team is all around a great team. Do I feel like they're going to finish undefeated? No. I mean, they'll probably catch a loss, but they'll probably catch 2 losses. But it doesn't matter because the team, just because you lose, does not mean you're a bad team. That's just what we were saying about Cincinnati. Just because they lost doesn't mean they're a bad team. Did they lose to a bad team? Yeah, they probably should have won that game, and then maybe lose the next one. But Carolina is taking care of business. They're not leaving the game into the refs' hands. They're taking care of business game in, game out, and you can't not. You got to respect that. And all these people, all these haters, these millions of people that are hating on, they're just pissed off because their team's not undefeated. You know what? Shove it up your asses, all y'all, because Carolina's earning those wins, and I have every right to be hating on them, but I'm gonna stand up for them, man, because they're running the ball great. They're doing everything they need to do. Everybody needs to shut up about that shit. Stupid.
Hey, do that again, Patrick. They need to shut up. What?
They need to shut up about that shit. Makes me mad, man. I mean, everybody hated on New England because they go undefeated. Well, okay, well, hate on them. It doesn't mean the fact that they're not a good team. They're a fantastic team. Level 99 cheaters, man. They're good.
The hate that comes the way of some of these teams. It's funny and disgusting.
But it's going to happen to any team. I mean, Charles, everybody was, I mean, a lot of people were even hating on Cincinnati until they lost. And now they lost. And now everybody's like, oh, okay, well, everything's right with the universe.
Yeah, let's jump. Yeah, it is like everybody just kind of jumps off the bandwagon too. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
How week to week everybody just changes. They want to abandon ship because I guarantee if Arizona loses to Cincinnati this week, people are going to be jumping off that Arizona bandwagon. People are going to be like, "Oh, maybe they're not the best team in the NFC."
I don't think they're the best. I mean, you can't really label a team who's the best in the NFC until after the NFC division game is over. They were the best in the division. Until that is, don't come to me with who's the best team right now, because in this league, you say it better than anybody's ever said it. This is a week to week league, and it doesn't matter who is best week 1, because by week 3 there's going to be another better team, and then week 4 is going to be another better team. So until that last game before the Super Bowl is played, whoever's the best in the NFC, we'll find out that day.
Well, the thing, Patrick, is this. I think to everybody else, it's a week-to-week league. Now, you and I will make predictions. We stick with those predictions until the end, until those predictions either come true or they don't. For everybody else, it's a week-to-week league because they're going to jump on what happened lately. So remember the Denver. Let's go to the Denver case for a perfect example. Denver. The sky was falling. Peyton Manning had a bad game to start off the year.
Game 1.
Yeah, game 1. Oh, damn, Peyton Manning sucks. And then he had a good game against Kansas City. Oh, well, wait a minute. Peyton Manning might be coming good. That's what I mean. When I say that week-to-week thing, it's because all these people come out here, they say something in week 1, and it's completely different in week 2, just based on what is happening. They change so quickly based on what is happening. And they're like, oh, well, it's an update league. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be an update league. You just choose to have it be an update league because that's what your opinion is. Yeah, that is what your opinion is. If I make a prediction, because like if I'm saying the Packers are going to win the NFC North, for example, I'm going to stick with that prediction. Minnesota's winning the division right now. But I'm going to stick with that prediction until Minnesota proves they win the division, or somebody else wins somebody else in there, whether it's Detroit or Chicago. I mean, Detroit doesn't have much of a shot, but I mean, I'm just throwing out there anybody besides Green Bay winning the division.
Yep.
But if I make a prediction, Green Bay is going to win the NFC North. If I say I think Indianapolis should win the AFC South, no matter what the injuries are, because they're in a terrible division, let's stick with what I say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't do that. And so for the cop-out, it's an update league. These people are full of cop-outs. They make me sick. Just like what you said about Carolina and how everybody's hating on Carolina. These people make me sick. It's an update league. No, it's not. It's just an update league because you want to sit here and try to change your opinion every week. It gives you the freedom to say some crap like that. No, make a prediction, stick with it, put your name on it. If your prediction is wrong, admit that you're wrong. If you can't admit that you're wrong, then just shut up. Maybe you should find another job. I don't know. These people, I don't know, dude.
We have to admit when we're wrong, and we're doing it on TV.
Right. Do you think it felt good to me to admit that I was wrong about Oklahoma? No, that was horrible. But I admitted it.
Do you think you think it makes me feel good when I have to go, well, my prediction on Notre Dame was wrong yet again.
Or Patrick, you wore an Alabama jersey.
I wore an Alabama jersey because I stuck with Tebow even when he wasn't even on the freaking field.
Yes.
That's how I do. All these other pansy little punks. Anyway, that's enough, man. We better wrap this up.
Yeah, man, because we could rant for the next 2 hours. So well, all right, Patrick. Well, you know what? We'll be back next week for some more rants. But until then, I said just follow us. Go ahead, watch the show, check it out, say whatever comments you have for us. Again, I stress, give us feedback. We will respond. Watch the show, give feedback. We open every comment. We're open to every comment. So just let us know how you feel about the show. Is there something we can improve on? Do you not like our opinions? Whatever. Oh, by the way, Patrick, I got to give a shout out again to my nephew and to Michael Hedrick, since they are both big Carolina fans. So I wanted to go ahead and give that to them also. Is there anything else I'm missing before we wrap up?
Just on those comments, if y'all want to leave us something to talk about, hey, leave it on there. We'll definitely put it in there. We don't have any shame. We'll put it in there. We're just not going to talk about like my butthole unless it's like many people want to hear about my butthole, and then I'll talk about it. I'm open to that.
Patrick, let's wait till we get on Showtime or something before we open that up.
Well, if we get on Showtime, I'm naked. We talk about my butthole and my penis. But no, for real.
Good old Skinamax.
Anything, anything y'all want us to talk about, man, just put it on there. We'll definitely read it. We'll give you some feedback. We'll put it on the show. Hit us up on Twitter. I'm at the Freshness, and Charles is at Breath of Fresh A06. Right?
Yeah, Breath of Fresh A6.
Oh, that one. Okay. So yeah, hit us up on Twitter.
We'll get more into the Twitter when we start posting this bad boy on there, definitely. Yeah. So they'll know.
Yeah, that's happening. I think next week.
Yes, that's the plan.
So yeah, just hit us up. Follow us, tell us what you want to hear, and we'll definitely get to you.
All right. Well, on behalf of for Patrick Brackett, I'm your host or co-host, Charles Taylor, and co-host. Yes, my bad. And until then, we'll be back next week. Till then, enjoy the weekend's football action and also the NFL, the NHL and NBA action that's going on as well. So enjoy all the sports.
Don't forget college basketball. It started this week.
Yes, college basketball is back too. So we'll be talking more about college basketball definitely in the near future. So until then, you guys enjoy the weekend, and we will talk next week. Take care.